Hey everybody, Greatest Lucina here. Today we're taking out I'm going to say the Sho't Dalet. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is an Israeli conversion of the British Centurion. Now, when the Israelis got their hands on the Centurions, they were already getting second-hand Centurions from the British, and they got their first one in, or the first sets of tanks in '56. And they function as the mainstay of the Israeli Defense Force for a time. In '67, they get their first major conflict with the Six-Day War, and this is where the Israelis realize that their tanks are tired. They hadn't really done a whole lot of tons of hard work and stuff like that. Uh, you know, the tanks are tired, they're working hard, and they start to realize that things like engines, the gun, the suspension systems, they're all horribly worn out. And this is a problem. There's just nothing to shoot at. Nothing's closing the gap, so I guess we're going to charge in. So they get a series of upgrades. They get an American engine. Uh, they get the latest gun system from the UK, and they add a few of their own little things here and there to try to, bring it up to date. This works, and then suddenly they find themselves in the throes of the Yom Kippur War in '73. And they are clearing house despite the fact that they are driving uh, wildly underpowered tanks. What? Uh, they're driving wildly underpowered tanks and all that stuff, but they are curb stomping the enemies. So, and in '76, they upgrade yet again, and they get new turret rings, or new turret drive systems to allow them to turn a little faster, ERA packages, and some minor upgrades on the FCS. Ah, crap. Then in '82, the Lebanon conflict. Now this is where the Sho't Dalet is really showing its age. And while it's not getting whipped, it's definitely not doing great. Ooh, that's unfortunate. It got stuck. Okay. And, it's time for some further upgrades. In '84, it gets its final upgrades with new fire control systems, new ERA packages, and, some other minor upgrades. This thing then served as is from '85 to 2002 as kind of the cornerstone of the Israeli Defense Force until the introduction of the Sho't Dalet. And, for a tank to go, starting as used tanks in England, it puts these tanks at over, half a century old and still kicking butt. And it also falls into the same family of like, kind of like the M60 of these, you know, unstoppable juggernaut. It was the unstoppable juggernaut that just wouldn't quit. Now, while the M60 had, kept getting design updates and all that stuff to keep it modern, the Centurion still looks Centurion. And, you know, minor upgrades aside, it's still a Centurion. Even still rocking the latest British guns. And for a tank to serve half a century, I mean, this thing made it past the millennium. The M60 is going down merely as a matter of convenience, is still going. But this thing was in service, active duty service. And that's impressive. And I mean, I wasn't fully paying attention because I had to keep looking down to read my notes. But for this thing to, just keep chugging, keep chugging, keep chugging, and just, the reload's a little slow, and the tank is on its own a little slow. It's it's a good tank. I mean, it can take some punches and dish them out just as good. And I say it's a fantastic tank to have. It served well for half a century. And I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. So, anyway, if you enjoyed that battle, please like and subscribe. Huge thank you to those that already have. Comment down below if you'd like to see a tank in battle, and I will see you guys in the next mission. Until then, have fun.